The Godfather arrived in theaters in 1972. 54 years have passed since that debut. The cultural landscape of the early 70s was distinct, marked by gritty realism that contrasts sharply with the highly connected and digital society of 2026. The story follows a powerful crime family patriarch transferring control of his empire to his hesitant son. This production launched careers and defined a new era of filmmaking. The people who brought these characters to life have journeyed through decades of history. In this documentary, we revisit the cast and see where they are today in 2026. Marlon Brando was born on April 3, 1924 in Omaha, Nebraska, and he was 47 years old when The Godfather was released. He played Don Vito Corleone, the head of the Corleone crime family, a character who embodied power, reason, and traditional values within the criminal underworld. Vito serves as the moral center of the film's specific universe, a man who values friendship and loyalty above profit. Paramount Pictures executives initially opposed his casting because of his reputation for being difficult on set and his recent string of box office failures. To secure the role, Brando performed a screen test where he stuffed cotton balls into his cheeks to give himself a bulldog-like appearance. Before this film, he had already established himself as a legend with revolutionary performances in A Streetcar Named Desire and On the Waterfront. However, his career had stalled in the 1960s, and many in the industry considered him unbankable before this resurgence. Following The Godfather, Brando enjoyed a massive career revival and starred in the controversial Last Tango in Paris. He later played the villainous Colonel Kurtz in Apocalypse Now and the father of Superman in the 1978 superhero film. He struggled with significant weight gain and personal tragedies, including the legal troubles of his son Christian and the suicide of his daughter Cheyenne. Brando received the Academy Award for Best Actor for his role as Vito Corleone, but he famously refused the award to protest Hollywood's portrayal of Native Americans. He remained a recluse in his later years, often living on his private island in Tahiti. Marlon Brando passed away on July 1, 2004 from respiratory failure and heart failure at the age of 80. His portrayal of Vito Corleone remains the gold standard for acting in cinema history and redefined the image of the American gangster. Al Pacino was born on April 25, 1940 in New York City, and he was 31 years old when the film arrived in theaters. He portrayed Michael Corleone, the youngest son of the Don, who begins the story as a decorated war hero wanting nothing to do with the family business. His character arc is a tragic descent from innocence to ruthless power as he takes his father's place. The studio wanted a more established star like Robert Redford or Ryan O'Neal for the role, but director Francis Ford Coppola fought relentlessly to keep Pacino. A famous behind-the-scenes fact is that executives tried to fire Pacino during the first few weeks of filming because they thought his performance was too understated. Before The Godfather, Pacino was primarily a theater actor and had gained some attention for his role in The Panic in Needle Park. This film catapulted him to international stardom, and he reprised the role of Michael in 2 sequels. He went on to star in classics such as Serpico, Dog Day Afternoon, and Scarface, becoming an icon of intense method acting. He finally won an Academy Award for Best Actor for his performance in Scent of a Woman in 1992. Throughout his life, Pacino never married but had high-profile relationships and several children, including a son born when he was 83. He continued to work steadily into his 80s, appearing in major films like The Irishman and House of Gucci. In 2026, Al Pacino is 86 years old and remains active in the industry as a living legend. His transformation as Michael Corleone is still studied in film schools as the perfect example of character development. James Caan was born on March 26, 1940 in the Bronx, New York, and he was 31 years old at the time of the film's release. He played Santino Sonny Corleone, the eldest son and the underboss of the family, known for his fiery temper and impulsive violence. Sonny serves as the aggressive muscle of the family, a sharp contrast to Michael's calculating nature and Tom's calm logic. During filming, Caan improvised significantly, including the moment where he throws a reporter's camera to the ground. He also improvised the phrase "bada bing" during a conversation, which became a cultural catchphrase. Before The Godfather, Caan had appeared in television shows and starred in the film The Rain People, also directed by Coppola. His performance as Sonny earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. After this success, he starred in films like Rollerball, Thief, and the psychological horror Misery. He experienced a career slump in the 1980s due to personal issues and burnout, but made a successful comeback in the 1990s and 2000s. He found a new generation of fans with his role as the stern father in the Christmas comedy Elf. James Caan passed away on July 6, 2022, from a heart attack and coronary artery disease at the age of 82. His energetic and volatile performance as Sonny remains the driving force of the film's first half. Robert Duvall was born on January 5, 1931, in San Diego, California, and he was 41 years old when the movie premiered. He played Tom Hagen, the Corleone family's consigliere and informally adopted son. Tom is the voice of reason and legal maneuvering, often excluded from the violent business because of his non-Italian heritage. Duvall actually had to use cue cards for some of his lines, because the script was being rewritten constantly during production. He had already worked with Coppola in The Rain People, and was a close friend of Dustin Hoffman and Gene Hackman in his early acting days. Before this role, he had memorable parts in To Kill a Mockingbird, True Grit, and MASH. After The Godfather, he became one of the most respected character actors in Hollywood history. He delivered iconic performances in Apocalypse Now, The Great Santini, and Lonesome Dove. He won the Academy Award for Best Actor for his role in the 1983 film Tender Mercies. Duvall has been married 4 times and is known for his deep love of tango dancing, which he practices regularly. In 2026, Robert Duvall is 95 years old and stands as one of the oldest living links to the new Hollywood era. His portrayal of Tom Hagen is still celebrated for its quiet intelligence and unshakable loyalty. Diane Keaton was born on January 5, 1946 in Los Angeles, California, and she was just 26 years old when the film was released. She played Kay Adams, Michael Corleone's girlfriend and eventual wife. Kay represents the outsider's perspective, an innocent American woman who is slowly drawn into the corrupt world of the Corleones. Coppola cast her because he saw her in the Broadway musical Hair and liked her eccentric, naturalistic style. She admitted later that she based much of her performance on simply being confused by the chaos around her on set. Before The Godfather, she had appeared in Lovers and Other Strangers and done some television work. This film was her major dramatic breakthrough, though she would become best known for her comedic work shortly after. She formed a famous creative and romantic partnership with Woody Allen, winning the Best Actress Oscar for Annie Hall. Her career has spanned decades with hits like Reds, The First Wives Club, and Something's Gotta Give. She never married but adopted 2 children in her 50s and became a fashion icon for her unique style. In 2026, Diane Keaton is 80 years old and continues to act in films and television projects. Her role as Kay remains crucial as the moral witness to the tragedy of the Corleone family. John Cazale was born on August 12, 1935 in Revere, Massachusetts, and he was 36 years old at the time of the film's release. He played Fredo Corleone, the middle son who is viewed as the weak link of the family. Fredo is insecure, dim-witted, and desperate for respect, traits that eventually lead to his tragic betrayal. Cazale was a close friend of Al Pacino, and they had worked together as bicycle messengers before finding success in acting. He holds a unique record in film history, because every single feature film he appeared in was nominated for the Best Picture Academy Award. Before The Godfather, he was a highly respected theater actor in New York City but was unknown to general audiences. He reprised his role as Fredo in The Godfather Part II, delivering a heartbreaking performance that expanded the character's depth. His other films include The Conversation, Dog Day Afternoon, and The Deer Hunter. During the filming of The Deer Hunter, he was terminally ill with lung cancer, and the studio wanted to replace him, but Meryl Streep threatened to quit to keep him in the movie. John Cazale passed away on March 12, 1978, at the age of 42. His performance as Fredo is widely considered one of the most poignant and tragic portrayals in cinema history. Talia Shire was born on April 25, 1946 in Lake Success, New York, and she was 25 years old when the film came out. She played Connie Corleone, the only daughter of Don Vito, whose abusive marriage sets the plot in motion. Connie begins as a pampered victim but evolves throughout the trilogy into a powerful and manipulative matriarch. She is the younger sister of director Francis Ford Coppola, which initially caused hesitation about casting her due to fears of nepotism. Despite the skepticism, she delivered a performance that earned her an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress for the sequel. Before The Godfather, she had only played minor roles in a few films and was credited as Talia Coppola. After the success of this franchise, she landed the iconic role of Adrian Panino in the Rocky series alongside Sylvester Stallone. She appeared in 5 Rocky films, cementing her status in pop culture history. She was married to composer David Shire and later to producer Jack Schwartzman, and she's the mother of actors Jason Schwartzman and Robert Schwartzman. In 2026, Talia Shire is 79 years old and occasionally makes appearances in film and documentaries. Her role as Connie remains essential to the saga, representing the corruption of the family's innocent bloodline. Richard Castellano was born on September 4, 1933 in the Bronx, New York, and he was 38 years old when the movie was released. He played Peter Clemenza, a Capwargime and one of Don Vito's oldest friends and enforcers. Clemenza is a jovial but lethal figure who serves as a mentor to Michael, teaching him the practicalities of mob violence. Castellano ad-libbed one of the most famous lines in movie history, "Leave the gun, take the cannoli." He was actually one of the highest-paid actors in the cast at the time, earning more than Pacino and Keaton combined. Before the film, he had received an Oscar nomination for his role in Lovers and Other Strangers. He did not return for The Godfather Part II because of a dispute over his dialogue and his demand that a friend write his lines. Instead, his character was written out, and the role of the family partner went to the character Frank Pentangeli. Castellano later starred in the television sitcom The Super and appeared in Night of the Juggler. He suffered a heart attack and passed away on December 10, 1988 at the age of 55. His portrayal of Clemenza is remembered fondly for its mix of warmth, humor, and brutal efficiency. Sterling Hayden was born on March 26, 1916 in Upper Montclair, New Jersey, and he was 55 years old when The Godfather debuted. He played Captain Mark McCluskey, a corrupt New York City police captain who acts as a bodyguard for the rival Salazzo. McCluskey represents the institutional corruption that allows organized crime to flourish in the city. Hayden was a genuine tough guy and a World War II hero who had served in the OSS and ran guns to Yugoslav partisans. He struggled with alcoholism during his life, which sometimes made it difficult for him to remember his lines on set. Before The Godfather, he was a major star of film noir, appearing in The Asphalt Jungle and The Killing, as well as Dr. Strangelove. After his role as McCluskey, he continued to work in European cinema and appeared in Robert Altman's The Long Goodbye. He was also an accomplished author and sailor, often taking long breaks from Hollywood to sail the world on his boat. Sterling Hayden died of prostate cancer on May 23, 1986, at the age of 70. His performance provides the pivotal moment of tension that forces Michael Corleone to cross the line into murder. Abe Vigoda was born on February 24, 1921 in Brooklyn, New York, and he was 51 years old at the time of the film's release. He played Salvatore Tessio, the other Caporgime who eventually betrays Michael Corleone. Tessio is portrayed as the smarter and more calculating of the two captains, leading him to believe that betraying Michael is simply smart business. Vigoda won the role during an open casting call where he did not have an agent, simply by looking the part. He reportedly practiced making himself invisible on set to get into the character of a quiet observer. Before this film, he was a theater actor who had struggled to find steady work in television or movies. The success of The Godfather led to his most famous role as Detective Fish on the sitcom Barney Miller, which made him a household name. He lived a very long life and became a pop culture figure due to frequent false reports of his death. He continued to act in comedies and commercials well into his 90s. Abe Vigoda finally passed away from natural causes on January 26, 2016, at the age of 94. His portrayal of Tessio is immortalized by his stoic acceptance of his fate in the film's final act. The faces of the Corleone family have changed over the last 54 years. We have said goodbye to giants like Marlon Brando, James Caan, and John Cazale, whose performances defined a generation of cinema. Meanwhile, Al Pacino and Robert Duvall continue to represent this golden era of filmmaking in 2026. The story of The Godfather remains powerful because it is about more than just crime. It is about family and legacy. These actors gave us moments that will never fade from screen history. Their work continues to influence new audiences today. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time.